How's it going, everybody? Doing a drink review here today and a gum chewing what I've been watching vid. The drink I'll be reviewing today is Ghost Energy Original. Part of me thinks I've done this, but I'm not sure. I looked through my drink review list and I couldn't see it there. That doesn't mean it isn't there, but it's been a while, I would think, if I didn't. But it said it was new in Food Lion, but it didn't say new on here. So, I don't know. I'm trying to. I'm trying to think if it tastes familiar, but a lot of these energy drinks eventually start to taste kind of the same. So I could have had an original Monster or whatever. If anybody remembers if I did this one, let me know. It's not bad, though. I actually was thinking it was going to taste kind of shitty. I always go back to the first energy drink I ever tried was the original Red Bull back in the day, before they started to pump out flavors. And honestly, that was the only time I ever had an energy drink until I started reviewing them, which is funny. But I was terrible. I hated it. It's like, oh my god. And then I reviewed one for a drink review, and I'm like, they got flavors now and stuff. And I end up liking most of them. But I only drink them for. I still only drink these for the reviews. I never just drink one to drink one, so. Because I know they're filled with all types of terrible shit. 0 calories. It gives you some energy, but it's rotting you out like everything else. Right? It's low in calories. I don't know what this flavor is supposed to be. It's not bad, though. I'm trying to get some. No. Just a bunch of bullshit. I'm trying to think of what kind of taste it would be. I need to look that up, I think. It isn't bad, though. It almost feels like it has a little bit of a hint of like a lime in there, but I'm probably wrong. Let me see real quickly if I can find out what. It's actually kind of refreshing, this flavor, but I don't know what it is. I'm not a professional. Ghost original flavor. A mix of strawberry and fresh watermelon. So no lime. Now that I think about it, strawberry a little bit, actually. Let me take another swig. Yeah. Maybe a little watermelon there too. Either way, I like it. It's pretty refreshing. I go 8 on this one. It's another refreshing energy drink that has a nice taste, especially for being low calorie. It doesn't. Some of these energy drinks don't have the diet kind of taste, like a diet soda with low calories and none. This actually has like an actual taste that doesn't taste like kind of a diet or just low calorie. I go 8 to 10 on that. What's all the bullshit that's in there? The shit they just make up. This has 200 milligrams of natural caffeine. 100 milligrams of Neurofactor, trademark. 150 milligrams of alpha, 6PC, 50%, 100% 4 daily vitamins, 1,000 milligrams of Conopure, carnitine, I don't know what that. It's got a transparent label. This has got vitamin C, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and niacin. And they're trademarked Neurofactor. Alright, what I've been watching, just movies, shows, not a ton. I'm telling you, I'm more interested in watching people's video game pickups than I am TV shows and movies these days. Give me a 10-minute thing for pickup. I watch these people, it's a couple. Well, they're married, I believe. They're called a Co-opple of Nerds. Great channel, they do pickups and stuff. They do board game shit as well. And stuff. And, they've been ranking some Genesis games as well. I think they're trying to rank like all the Genesis games. I think they're collecting all of them too. But they do like a lot of those mystery boxes, and treasure, whatever they're called, the video games. I just really like their vids. It's just like, yeah, man, it's more entertaining than shit on TV. To me. Co-opple of Nerds, though, they're good stuff. And some ASMR stuff. I admittedly am not watching a lot of ASMR these days. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about the YouTube stuff I've been watching. Maybe I'll make a video about that one day. What I'm watching on YouTube. TV shows, Fallout. I need to watch like the last 3 episodes. Is it over yet? I was enjoying it so far, but even with the stuff I enjoy, I just stop watching it and I just don't care. And I could love it. I just don't care enough. It's weird. It was pretty good. I got up to the episode where they first see the... Well... Is her name Lucy in the show? Lucy and the Ghoul. She first... He had already seen it. The Death Claw. Prior to the war. Because the Death Claws were made prior to the war, right? They were like... lizards, they combine stuff or whatever. This was stuff they were making before the bombs dropped, right? They're not... Maybe they got even stronger. Or didn't they, like, escape a lab or something? But I saw the end of that episode where it busts. They're in New Vegas, I guess, or wherever they were, and they, I think, busts out of, like, a casino. I think that was the last one, so I think I have, like, 2 or 3 to watch still. I can't remember. It's been good this season. I just don't... I just stop watching stuff. I'll eventually get around to watching the rest, but I just don't care enough, I guess. Impractical Jokers, they've been watching. That's the same. You know, they still don't have Joe. Joe's been gone for a while, though. It's still pretty funny. Some of the punishments are getting a little more unique now. Sometimes they're kind of the same. The problem is with that show, back when it was the 4 of them, you didn't know who was necessarily going to lose immediately. Now that they only have 3, usually, unless they all pass the first challenge or whatever, the first person that loses that first challenge, typically, they're going to lose that episode. Unless 2 people lose in the first round. Because they only do 2 rounds, so they used to do more. What was the 4 of them? Still, it's pretty funny, though. I always like those guys. Q, I've talked about it. Q is my favorite. I think I talked about it. They filmed it at the White Castle in Massapequa, I believe, early on. Might have been the first season. And they were in the Sunrise Mall a few times, too, I think. But, watching some of that. The School Spirits started up. We watched I guess they grouped 3 episodes together. We watched those ones. Cat's over here. I like that show. This season's a little... I feel like they're trying to do too much with this season. There's a lot seemingly going on. And it's almost like they're trying to extend out, what's up with this school, why it's kind of a purgatory. But the hospital in the town is also a purgatory. So, where spirits are. So, trying to figure that out, There's like a hole in this one thing, and they're going down there now, and other things. You're finding out a little more. But there's like other stuff happening here and there as well. It's almost like too many moving pieces. I still like it though. But we watched the first 3 episodes of that. Simon is now stuck. Spoilers here, if you don't watch it. He's now stuck in school, but he's not dead. But he's stuck with the spirits, but he's not dead. So they're trying to figure out why that happened. And I can't even remember the main girl's name. The character's name. Or the actress is Peyton List, maybe her name is. I can't remember her name on the show. I can't remember a lot of their names, actually. She is back in her body. Anyway. I've still been enjoying that. We've been watching that. And that show came out out of nowhere. Because it was like the last season was a year ago, which is nuts, but there was no until all of a sudden I was like, wait, it's back? I think I saw it on Tuby or something. It was like, watch School Spirits. It's like, what? And then I looked at it, I was like, it came back? Because usually you're getting some action, but it's kind of nice when you don't. You're not thinking about the show, and all of a sudden it's all of a sudden either on already, or you only have to wait a couple of weeks. Those are the shows, not much of anything. She's watching a lot more than I am. She's watching all types of stuff on Netflix that I don't care for. Like I said, even the stuff I like, I just don't. What I'm watching? I throw stuff on Tuby at night when I'm here. I'm watching one goes like the Ghost Shipwrecks. This is in Canada, I believe. Because I'm like half paying attention to the shows. And if something catches my eye, I'm like, I gotta go back and watch that fully. But they get the history of a shipwreck or what happened to a ship, and then they dive down to it. It's pretty cool. I think it's like Ghost Shipwrecks. I think it's just called, I don't know. If it's called something, Ghost Ships, maybe. But Tuby has a ton of that kind of stuff. So I'll throw that on. Like paranormal portals and mysteries and monsters and shit. I'll throw it on if something, I'll be half paying attention, screwing around on a laptop or something. And then I'll be like, wait, what was that? Something perks, I hear something like, what? I perk up a little bit. And sometimes I'll throw, like the Ninth Gate comes onto Tuby and leaves and comes back. I'll throw that on. I can rewatch that movie. That's like a top 5 rewatchable movie. I'm going to throw that into the mix right now too, before I talk about the 2 movies we've seen recently. Top 5 rewatchable movies for me. The Ninth Gate is one of them. I love that movie. I could watch it repeatedly. And the book's really good too. I read the book maybe 4 or 5 months ago. The Club Dumas, it's called. Dumas. It's definitely different from the movie. And not completely different, but the book is a little better. I mean, usually the book is better, but just because of the way it goes about things, it's a little better. And characters are kind of changed. But I love that. I still love that movie. Saw it in the theater back in, when it came out, 2000, I think. That's one I could watch repeatedly. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Another movie I could just watch all the time. No matter what point I turn it on, or if I just want to watch it on the Blu-ray or whatever. That's another one that is completely rewatchable to me. Club Dread, Broken Lizard, the Super Trooper guys, Beer Fest, the Slam and Salmon, Super Troopers 2, Puddle Cruiser. Do they have another one? I thought they might have one more. Club Dread gets shit on. I think it's a pretty good movie. And it's one that I could watch all the time. I love that there's a beginning part that's really funny to me, and maybe other people. You know, like movies, like these whodunit movies, like they try to like give you an idea of like who might be the killer based on something. And this person's just like in the beginning, they're like, "Hey man, you got any weed? You got that weed you owe me? Sorry, I'm all out." And all of a sudden it cuts this like ominous music, and the guy's like he's the killer now. They make you want to think that he might be the killer because this guy didn't give him the weed or something. Bill Paxton is in that. Rest in peace. I like that movie though. That's another one I could watch anytime it's on. The original Halloween I could watch every time, all the time. Blair Witch, although I have not watched the Blair Witch in a while. I used to watch that movie like weekly. I don't know why. I was obsessed. I love that movie. It's that and Ravenous flop between my top 1 and 2. Ravenous is another one that's completely rewatchable. I'm looking over on the Blu-rays and trying to look at other ones that I could just be like, yes, I could watch that all the time. I can't really see the titles too well from here. I don't know if it's I do have one terrible eye. This is my good eye. The right. My left eye is a blur, literally. I'm trying to think. There's some over there, but I know I have some. That first Goosebumps movie with Jack Black, I could watch that a bunch. Anytime that's on, I'm like, I'm going to watch this. Home Alone. You know, mainly kind of during the Christmas year. Even like the fall into Christmas season. But I could watch that anytime. The first Home Alone just moves quickly. It's a really classic movie, but it's just one I could rewatch a ton. Anyway, those are my rewatchable movies. Maybe I'll just call some movies a ramble. No. Movies we saw. We watched one here at home called Killer Whale. She's like, I want to check this out. It was as stupid as it sounds. They go to somewhere. At the beginning, it's like weird. It starts off like the girl's working at a diner, and the boyfriend comes in, gives her a necklace. This guy holds up the place. They fight him off, surprisingly. So it's like, oh, you look like it. Maybe it's not the typical cliche where one of them bites in the beginning, right? And then they go outside. Spoilers here, if you ever want to watch The Killer Whale. You might as well just watch Orca. The one with Richard Harris from like the late 70s. They were trying to bank on the Jaws stuff. Any kind of animal make a killer. A little killer whale is actually a killer whale. But, and then they go outside, and the guy, they actually shoot the other guy. The boyfriend or whoever wrestles the gun away. Shoots him in the arm. He leaves in his truck. Then he's outside, and he picks up the necklace, because the guy took the necklace. And then the truck just hits him. I was like, what? And then she's all sad for a year. And then she likes whales, I guess. And her friend's like, let's go over to, I can't remember where it is. I don't know if it's Thailand or somewhere in the Pacific. I can't remember fully where. Actually, they say it. And you get to see this whale. I forget the whale's name. And they go there, but the whale is in captivity. And it's been killing people in captivity. And then they go there. And it kills someone. They sneak in. And then the one girl sees it kill, like the janitor gets killed. He's trying to grab something out of the pool that the whale's in with a reacher or whatever, skimmer. And it eats him. It doesn't eat him, it just kills him. And she sees the dead body because she's in the bottom part of where the tank is. You know, the tank goes down, you walk. And then they call the security, so it killed another one. Because he kills a trainer in the beginning. And the guy's like, get rid of the whale. You don't see this happen or how they do it. All of a sudden, they meet up with this guy, a local. He's the one that brings them to the aquarium. And now they go to this place that is supposedly cursed. They go there, and apparently these people, off camera, let the whale out into this place. So it kills the one guy. And then there's a twist where her friend was involved with the robbery, and I can't remember what the reason was. It was so stupid. This movie was not great. And there's a part where, like, they just narrowly escape the whale a few times before it gets them. They climb onto a rock that's like 2 feet out of the water. If these whales, killer whales, will beach themselves to get seals and shit. It literally could have just reached his head out of the water 6 inches more and just taken him off the rock. But it doesn't. I guess it's fucking with them. They are pretty smart. They are smart animals. Sea animals. But this movie was just like, yeah, okay. And then I'm filming this Saturday. It'll be going up Super Bowl Sunday. The big game. I'll be doing that on Monday, the recap. We went to see The Stranger's Trap Chapter 3 last night to finish up the trilogy. It was better than 2, but still. It's just, the plus is these movies move at least. I would give it like a 2 out of 5. The second one, I'd go 1. This one was better. There's more people getting killed. More was happening. But also just stupid. Like, there's a part, spoilers here as well. Big spoilers here if you don't want to hear this and you want to watch these recent Strangers movies. This trilogy. So it's the same girl from the first one and the second one. I don't know how many. This does not take place over a large amount of time. Maybe a week, 2 weeks max, maybe. It can't be that much longer than that. But in this one, you find out how the strangers became the people the way they are. There's not even really a reason. They're just fucked up. But they flash back in this one more. They did it in the second one. But there's the girl and the boy, and the girl kills this one other fellow schoolgirl. And I guess the boy takes the rap. Because the people come running. It's during school. The people come running. She's the one that did it. But he's there too. And I guess they're in love. He takes the fall, but they show a courthouse scene. And the sheriff is still the sheriff of the town. At the time, he was the sheriff back when his son was young. Now he's the sheriff now. Still. But the judge is like, since you have an impeccable record as sheriff, we're going to release your son into your custody. Like, what? They would have immediately put the kid in prison. He apparently also took the fall for this kill. Because the girl was not on trial. And there's like a slight groans. Oh my God. Like, people would be losing their shit. Like, they wouldn't at the very least be like, it would have made more sense if they're like, you're going into a detention center, juvenile detention center, till you're 18, and then we'll see if you're fit to come back in society. No. It's just like, oh no, you're such a great sheriff that you can take him. Of course, the kid kills more people. You see them, and then the dad's like, no, you can't kill any locals. They have to be out-of-towners. And the town's just okay with this. They're not just like, screw this dude. It's the sheriff and his kid and another girl. And then you find out they picked up another woman along the way as they got a little older. Who's the third one? The town's just like the one sheriff. And even like his deputy is like okay with it over the years. Like, what? I'd be like, this is one dude and he's the sheriff. We could literally kill him when we want to. What? But there's another part. The girl who's been tormented throughout the movies. Her sister and her husband come to town with like a bodyguard. Or maybe he's an investigator. I don't know what he is. They don't tell you what he is, I don't think. And the sheriff, they're asking questions. And of course the town's like, oh, I can't tell you anything. And the sheriff, these are all spoilers here. You're not missing much. Kills the deputy. Because the deputy's like, I gotta call in the state police. I can't do this anymore. Kills him, and it just drags his body out in a body bag in broad daylight. From the hospital. This guy's the sheriff. Impeccable, too. He's great. But he's just pulling bodies out. And the sister, the husband, and the bodyguard dude, or whoever, followed the sheriff. He didn't notice that he was being followed then. But he notices he's being followed when they continue to follow him after he drags a body out. I mean, they were going to kill these people anyway, but it was not good. There's a reason the users and the critics don't like these movies. This one was better. At least it moved, and there was more action going on. They almost went to the dumb ending. Well, it looked like they were going, but they didn't, thankfully. So the ending was good enough for what it was. But yeah, I'd go with 2 out of 5 on it. Killer Whale gets the 1, but you're not going to be expecting much if you watch that. You probably wouldn't be expecting much if you watch Strangers. Like, it wasn't, and some of the acting was weak. The main characters were all fine acting-wise. It's just, there's like, it's not like, you can go about these movies better to where everything makes more sense than just, oh, the sheriff, they know they're killing out-of-towners, the rest of the town knows, and they're just okay with it. Because the kid will just kill people in town, and they'll just, because it's one dude, the sheriff, and the other two, the girl and the kid, before they meet up with the third one, they could just be like, you know what, no, we're just going to, the town could just be like, we're going to kill the rest of you. We're going to kill you 3 and be done with it. That actually would have made for a better movie. If the town was just like, we're done with this. We're killing you now. Anyway. 8 out of 10 on Original Ghost. And just what I've been watching. A little review on Strangers Chapter 3. And thanks for checking this out. And have a good day.